Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of MyGM Mode here on WWE2k23. As today we're going to do another set of weeks here in the series and get to our first PLE for the next episode, which would be SummerSlam. We have a lot to do and a lot to ramp up to that point. So let's jump into it. Hope you guys have enjoyed the series. Thank you guys so much for the early support for this series. I have seen the logistics and it's done really well the first two episodes, so I thank you guys so much for that. Thank you guys for sticking with the series and the WWE content. If you're excited for more, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more 2K23 content. I have a lot in store for this game, not just MyGM Mode, but even a couple of other things, including a live stream that I will be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be live streaming a little bit later in the day, and I will start the showcase mode as I'll just play through the matches and just, hang out with you guys and hopefully get some of the unlockables done. As I like the showcase mode back in 2K22 for Rey Mysterio, so I kind of want to do the same one here for John Cena. But that's the future. The present, we got to get to SummerSlam, and so far it has not been the easiest for us, as you can see. Where do I actually go to check the fans? Well, I can't check the fan graphic, but as you can see, we have 1,064,000 fans. We are getting beat by SmackDown, and they're doing pretty well, but I think we have a good basis here in case you missed it. Here's our roster. Here's who we have. Bayley is our most top superstar right now with 72 popularity, followed by Roman Reigns, who's the WWE champion. And then last episode, we did crown Kevin Owens to be our United States champion. Still got to crown tag champs. We'll do that at SummerSlam. But today we need to amp up some of those rivalries. Now, this is our roster. We do have 104,000 budget to play with, and if you do look at the free agents, there are some big ones available right now. There's Drew McIntyre, who we can't afford, but he's an available free agent. Brock Lesnar is available for a free agent. Charlotte Flair, if you wanted to beef up your women's division, even though we can't afford her right now either. And then Cody Rhodes. This is the one that I thought was the most intriguing. For 5 weeks, you can get the American Nightmare. Now, I almost pulled the trigger on it because it is Cody Rhodes, but I'm not going to sign him just yet. I think I'm going to wait till after SummerSlam, or maybe even at SummerSlam, to sign our first talent, and see maybe debut them at SummerSlam, have them cut a promo. But another thing I noticed is if you look at our roster, we are very thin on the heel side at the top. We have Roman Reigns, who's our WWE champion, and then we do have Gunther, who I do like a lot. But other than that, there's really no heel top superstars. We got the Usos down here, but they are a tag team, and then Bayley is a female, and then we do have Rhea Ripley in that department. But in terms of like top male heels, we don't really have one, and I think we could make Brock Lesnar work as a heel. I think obviously he's done it for most of his career, but I'm not going to pull the trick on that just yet. So, also very interesting, you can decide Shaky for 152,000. That is quite a bargain, if you ask me. Yes, there was sarcasm in that voice. But, so we're not going to sign anybody yet. So, let's just jump in. I do have the show booked here. Oh, there's the graph, by the way. As you can see, SmackDown is currently beating us. But, I do have the show booked. We did have a couple of goals. As you can see, we wanted to get Jey Uso a match in front of his home crowd, so we will do that. And here's what I have in mind. First, we're going to start off with Akira Tozawa versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the first match of the night. And we're going to have a run-in with Roman Reigns. As if you remember from last episode, Reigns and Nakamura will face off at the pay-per-view for the WWE Championship, as that is our premier world title feud. Randy Orton will call out the Usos. I want to do Rated RKO versus the Usos at SummerSlam for the Raw Tag Team Championship, so we got to get that rivalry kind of kick-started. Mid-card, Raquel Rodriguez. I did sign another jobber, this time for the women's division, Donna Matrix, so hopefully she can help out Raquel. And then Gunther's going to call out Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens beat Gunther to become the United States Champion last episode, so Gunther wants a rematch in the next coming weeks, so we're going to make sure it is a rivalry match as teased to. Well, hopefully Gunther will get that kicked off there. Edge will go one-on-one against Jey Uso. There's the match, and as you can see, Jimmy Uso will run in, so that'll make it more. Got to kind of hot shot this feud a little bit. I want Jimmy and Edge to kind of form a rivalry, as well as Jey and Randy Orton, and then just kind of have that be the tag team rivalry. I do want some money and some fans, so Sami Zayn is going to cut a charity promo for us, and then our main event, a rematch for or not a rematch, just a Raw Women's Championship match. Bayley will defend against Asuka. It's a level 2 rivalry. Asuka beat Bayley last week on titles, so it's time for the main event. So let's go ahead and confirm this show. I do need to change the logistics really quickly. Alright, I did have to make sure it was in the Capitol Wrestling Center. So we are out of the high school gym, and we were going to have some Titantron graphics and stuff for this show. So now let's go ahead and confirm it. Live in San Francisco, California. First match, Nakamura versus Tozawa with the Roman Reigns run-in. It's going to lead to a Tozawa getting the victory, a big win for Akira Tozawa. That's 1.5 star disappointing. That's not how we wanted to open the show. Randy Orton calls out Uso, and he gets a good promo, but we didn't start a rivalry between those two. That's a little disappointing. Female squash match. This will probably not get some good stars as well, as Raquel Rodriguez wins, and she gets 1 star. So not a good show for us right now off the rip. Gunther calls out Kevin Owens, and it does get that rivalry started, so there is the goal accomplished with that one. Edge versus Jey Uso with another run-in from Jimmy, and that leads to Jay picking up the victory. That was a 3-star matchup, so maybe we should have started off with that match instead of putting it in the middle. Sami Zayn cuts charity. He does get us 5,000 fans, so that's going to help a little bit for the poor show so far, thanks to his 4 promo skill. Then our main event, Raw Women's Championship on the line, and new Raw Women's Champion is Asuka, and it got us 4 stars. So got saved by the main event, crowned a new Raw Women's Champion, and Asuka got us 4 stars. That is a good end to the show. Hopefully saves us a little bit. I do think SmackDown is going to beat us, but 4-star main event is not bad. They're going to kick it off with an Intercontinental Championship match, a rematch, as this was their IC title match last week. And Angelo Dawkins retains over Finn Balor. That was 3 stars. A good match for them. Ivar calls out Noam Dar, and that rivalry will advance for level 2 for them. Very interesting rivalry, to say the least. Bliss versus Doudrop in one-on-one action, and Doudrop gets the win in that one. That was only 2.5 stars, so SmackDown, yes, is doing better, but they're not blowing us out of the water, I would say. Dolan gets them 5,000 fans, so that kind of negates our charity promo, so now it's just kind of show versus show. And here's a tag team match. R-Truth and Montez Ford will face off against Austin Theory and Robert Roode. Interesting because Roode is a tag champ and he's not teaming with his tag partner. But that was a 3-star match for them as they get a new rivalry as well. Xia Li's self-promo is excellent, so they always just kill it with the promos. I cannot. So Xia Li's 3 promo skill gets her 4 pops, so that's a big win for SmackDown. And then our main event's Falls Count Anywhere. Non-title though, Universal Championship not on the line, but their top 2 draft picks going at it one-on-one, and John Cena picks up the victory there. That was a 4-star matchup, so they caps their main event with a 4-star matchup, and that is definitely going to help SmackDown beat us in the ratings this week, as they killed us in the first half of the show. We didn't do bad in the second half, but first half was just not a good show. Nakamura and Tozawa busted, as well as Raquel Rodriguez's squash match, but I do think we laid the groundwork for some rivalries that we can kind of push through here, as we did gain 41,000 fans this week, not a whole lot, and $70,000 basically in revenue, so that's going to help. And then for SmackDown, they gained 52,000, so they gained 11,000 more fans than we did, and they made almost as much money, so SmackDown killed us this week in that department. We did get a power card, though, for accomplishing our commission role. We added 4 weeks to free agent or legends contract duration. So that is a plus. But right now, we are getting beat pretty good now by 37,000 fans. And they have more money than us, so it's not where you want to be on that side of the spectrum. But hopefully we're starting to build some framework here as we're in Las Vegas, Nevada the week before SummerSlam. As Bayley's not got a message for me. She says, I'm not happy losing my strap last week. As a former champion, I'm reenacting my rematch clause. I want a championship rematch against Asuka. Nobody else better get a shot at the women's title before me. I think we can do that, and we will do that at the pay-per-view. So Bayley, I'll make that happen. That was the plan all along. Good, don't keep me waiting too long. I already miss wearing that gold around my waist. And Asuka said, I'm really psyched for this upcoming PLE. Can't wait to put on a great show for the crowd. I'm glad you are, because if you can put on matches like you did main event of this past Raw, I would greatly appreciate it. But We're not done yet. We got one more show to book before SummerSlam. As you can see, we got another Commissioner Gold to do a steel cage match this week. Hopefully that'll help us out in one of our rivalries, but I'll go ahead and do that. So it's the final show before SummerSlam. I think I've booked a pretty solid card. I think I take advantage of the rivalries this week, because here's what we have. First, we're going to kick it off in our opener. I want a solid opener this week, so I am going to do Roman Reigns, Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one non-title, though. I got to save the WWE Championship match for the pay-per-view, but they will take on each other. Their rivalries are level 2, so I'm expecting big things out of that one. Gunther's going to call out Kevin Owens. Hopefully that gets that rivalry up some more before their match at SummerSlam. In the mid-card, Jey Uso will take on Randy Orton. Hopefully I can get that rivalry going. Kevin Owens will cut a charity promo for us. He's got 5 mic skills, so I'm hoping he can get us a good bit of fans and hopefully just continue itching away at that mark of SmackDown. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley would take each other on one-on-ones. This is the match we did last episode, but they have a level 1 rivalry, and it'll probably find a spot at SummerSlam, so I will run it back here and then maybe do like a stipulation match at the pay-per-view. Bayley will call out Asuka, saying basically I want a rematch, I want it at the pay-per-view, and it's going to be some sort of stipulation that I haven't decided yet. And then our main event, steel cage match. Our Commissioner goal this week is to do a steel cage match. So it'll be Edge versus Jimmy Uso in our main event. I think it's a pretty solid show. I'm hoping we can do it well against SmackDown this week and just kind of build for the PLE. So let's see how we do. Confirming it here in Las Vegas, Nevada. First match, Nakamura versus Roman Reigns, non-title. And Nakamura gets the victory. A huge win for him. It was a 3-star opener, so not bad. It gets the rivalry continue to kick up, and we'll do a match at the pay-per-view. Gunther calls out Kevin Owens. It was a weak promo. That's not very good out of the ring general, but it does get the rivalry to level 2. Jey Uso versus Randy Orton here, one-on-one, and the victory goes to Jey. Randy Orton having a hard time picking up wins here. It was only a 1.5 stars. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping it'd start a rivalry and do a lot better than that. Oh well. Kevin Owens gets us 5,000 fans. Only a good promo. I was expecting a little bit more out of the prize fighter. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, a rivalry nonetheless, and Ripley gets the win here. I think she won the first match as well. That's only a 1.5 stars. Come on. They go well together. One's a giant, one's a cruiser. They're a level 1 rivalry. Couldn't get more than a 1.5 stars. Hopefully not feeling good about that rivalry now. This was an excellent promo, though. This gets to a level 4 rivalry. This is probably our biggest match heading into the show, and honestly, they're 2 of our most popular superstars. I might main event SummerSlam with the Raw Women's Championship at this point. Level 4 rivalry, 2 popular stars. They've been killing it. I think they've earned that right. Speaking of main event, steel cage match, Edge versus Jimmy Uso. It is a level 1 rivalry, so hopefully that helps us. Edge gets the victory, and it was 3 stars. So overall, I thought we had a decent show. Again, we did good in the opener and good in the close, but the middle was just a little rough. And that just leaves us weak into SmackDown, as here's what they do. They're going to kick off with a Universal Championship match. They just got to one-up us in that department. There are 2 top stars going at it for the top prize. John Cena does retain the Universal Championship. That was a 3.5-star match. Great match. They win the opener. Montez Ford's self-promo is good. He gets 3 popularity. Triple threat match, Doudrop, Alexa Bliss, and Becky Lynch. It is non-title, though. And Alexa Bliss picks up the victory. That was a 3.5-star match, because they did have the Bliss Doudrop rivalry in there. So again, beating us in the mid-card. That's where we've been struggling. Balor calls out Dawkins, I guess that rivalry to level 2. R-Truth versus Theory in one-on-one action, and R-Truth picks up the win there. 2.5 stars, still better than our mid-card match. Self-promo from Rue gets him 2 popularity. Then the main event's tables match, Xia Li and Shayna Baszler. And Xia Li, who's had a very big episode, got a lot of popularity last week, and is able to pick up the victory here in the main event. 3 stars. Top stars of also 3 stars. So once again, got beat across the board. Not very good. And hopefully the damage isn't too bad, as we gained 40,000 fans this week and gained 29,000 in money, while SmackDown gained 48,000 fans and they gained $79,000 in money. Golly, they are rolling in cash going into the PLE. But we do get another power card, select an opposing brand, double the price, or their power cards in the shop next week. It's not the best one. I feel like I don't know when the CPU is really going to buy a power card, or if they really use power cards, so not entirely sure, but oh well. We also do get another contract negotiation card, so that's going to be good in a couple of weeks. But SmackDown is starting to pull away. 50,000 fans. This is going to be a very big PLE. We got to make SummerSlam as best as possible here in Week 5. And Randy Orton says, back in St. Louis, can't wait to put on a show for my home crowd. Well, I need you to, Randy. I need you to. Sami Zayn says, I haven't had any matches in a while. The fans are starting to forget about me. Don't have any room for me in a match on tonight's card. Well, it is SummerSlam, so I'm not sure if Sami Zayn will make the show. So I don't want to lie to him. Ugh. I get it. I do want to put Sami Zayn in a match. I just feel like I don't have a spot for him right now, which is odd. I was going to have him team with Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens is the U.S. champ, and that doesn't really make sense right now. Maybe cut a promo instead? I'd like for him to cut a promo at SummerSlam. Okay, but I need to be back in the ring soon. Okay, so that went as best as it could. So Sami Zayn will cut a promo at SummerSlam, and hopefully we'll get him in the ring just after that. But that's going to do it going into the PLEs. You can see SmackDown is starting to extend their lead a little bit. So we got to make it a phenomenal show. That'll be coming to you guys next episode, as I think I'll be bringing it to you guys on Monday. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the series. Thank you guys so much for the support here. If you enjoyed it, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more MyGM content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.